Hi guys, and welcome to C# Access Database. In this tutorial you'll be able to add data, update, delete, save straight into record, and so on. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you guys straight into C# development environment, and you will see how I put this together. So let's do that now guys. Hi guys, and welcome to C# tutorial of Access Database and how to connect, delete, update, save, and so on. So let's click on create new project. I'm going to select C#. Let's click on next, and we give our project a name. So I'm going to just call it CS underscore access save update and maybe delete. So that's the name of my project. I'm going to click on create. Okay, now that the form is ready, let's click on the form and set the size of the form as follows. I'm going to make it 1030 by 780, and let's just click on enter. There we go. So I'm going to come back to the toolbar and let's get hold of, let's collapse this. I'm going to get hold of a panel, I believe. Yeah, there we go. There, I've got a panel there. Just drag it that much. Right, I'm going to change the size of that, the color of that panel to, I think maybe cadet blue would do. Yeah, let's come straight to the background. Right there. Web, scroll right down. We might be able to get cadet blue there. There we go. Now, I'm going to copy the same panel. That is it right there. So the panel that I've just copied, I'm going to change the color of that to control. There we go. And this panel is going to be a child of the previous panel. And let's just align it properly. I'm also going to copy it again. Just hold on to your control, click and drag. Okay, that's fine, looking good. Up here, I'm going to need a title, so let's bring this down a little bit, and this down as well. Copy this very one and just paste it right there, and now we're going to increase that or decrease the width. Okay, let's get hold of this one again. Let's see, just drag it this way, and I'm going to bring it right down here. I'm going to paste it somewhere here, so let's move this down a little bit and move this up. Yes, maybe I'm going to put my search criteria in there. Okay, let's go straight into tools now. Inside the tools, I'm going to need some buttons here. That's one button there. Now text box, come right down here, grab a text box, put that here. That would be for the search. Now click on this small rectangle, select multi-line, and that takes care of that. Now we also need a label. Come right down here, we need a label, one here. Copy this label, put it up there. Select all of the component that I have on board, and I'm going to increase their font size to something a little bit readable. So come right here, and the very first one, maybe I'll make that about, let's say 36, and see what's going to happen. I think that's alright. And here, this one, let's increase the font of that a little bit, maybe 48, make that bold, and change the font of that to maybe access connector or something. Let's say access data connection, data, or maybe database connection. If we don't have enough room, I'm going to have to increase the size. Let's see. Okay, that's not bad. Data, so we can put database then. There, that's fine. Okay, that stays put. Right, I like that. So now the next one here, that's going to be for student ID and so on. So let's scroll down. Just like I said, this is just all about creating a database, and at the same time we should be able to save the database straight into Access. That is what this tutorial is all about. The tutorial is actually at the request of a viewer out there, so let's copy this, copy, there we go, and all of the required buttons. So let's speed that up. So just copy the button across. I think I'm going to need about, yeah, let's put one more. Okay, this is going to be, let's call that maybe add data, and this is going to be update, and this is going to be btn update, btn update. Why this one is btn add data? I guess you get the whole idea, so I'm going to speed that up. Okay guys, this is how it's looking. Now let me add a data grid view, this one. Grab that, and now I'm just going to draw that right there. I think that we do. Right. Okay, if I run it now, this is what you guys will see. There we go. Okay, let's exit out. Now the next thing I want to do, let's create our database right now. Click on database and select the blank, and in here I'm just going to call it CS save. Yeah, that will do. CS, let's say C save. Yeah, that's the name of my database. Okay, C# saves. Okay, then click on create. That's saved inside my document. So I'm also going to give it that same name. Right click on the table, and I'm just going to save the table as C save. There we go. That is the name of my table. Now right click and let's select design view. In there I'm going to call the first data student ID. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to change it to short. That's okay. Then we have first name, surname, followed by address, postcode, then telephone. There we go. That should be about 6. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and that will do. So I'm going to get rid of this primary key. I don't need that for now. Just get rid of that. Okay, that's fine. Let's right click up here and just save. That's my database now. As you can see, it's empty. So I'm going to close that. Close the database. Now back into my project right here. What I want to do now is to go straight to the server. Look at the server there. If you don't have this server, all you need to do is go to Windows and select reset window layout and just click on yes, and your server toolbox data source should appear in there. So let's click on the server explorer. Now right at the top of the server explorer is the connect to database. Click on the connect to database, and connect to database open up this dialog box that says add connection. The data source that I'm going to be using is Microsoft Access database, but if you want to change yours, you can always click on change, and that's the one I'm using. That's fine for me. I'm now going to click on browse to wherever I have my database. I click on C save. That is it right there. You see the admin, I'm going to get rid of that. So let's test it out. You see the test connection? That is it. The connection is successful. Click on OK. Now, you see inside the admin, advanced, right here where it says advanced, I'm going to click on the advanced. What I want to do in here is to copy the part of my database. Okay, and that is the part right underneath there. Look at it. So you can just copy. We're gonna need that. Click on OK. Now make sure this admin is out. Click on OK again. There we go. And just for your information, if you have any problem with the path, you can always right click here and select properties, and right inside the properties you should be able to see your path right here. Okay, look at your path right there. So you can just copy it. It's the same thing. Okay, then I'm going to minimize this and let's go straight into our form. Double click on the form, and the next thing is I'm going to come right underneath here, and let's say using system dot, that will be data dot OLEDB. There we go. Okay, the connection library is now in place. I will now come straight down here. You see where we have public partial class from 1 right there. I'm going to say OLEDB. That's the one I need is for connection for now. So I'm just going to give that a name. I'm going to call it connect con is fine, equals new OLE connection. And the OLE connection, I'm going to enter parentheses at enter to speech mark and end that. Now if you guys can still recall the connection part that I copied, I'm going to paste that right in there. Look at that. See, that makes life easy. Like I said earlier on, if you miss out with the connection part, all you need to do is to come straight to your server there and just right click to get hold of the connection part, and that is the part right here. That is it right there. Just copy and paste it there. Alright, that is taken care of. Minimize that. Now the next thing that I want to do, since we have the connection part in place and you guys know how to get that done, I'm now going to go straight down to my form. Let's come in here. I'm going to double click on this add data, and right inside the add data what we want to do is to first of all open up the connection. So let's say connect dot open, enter parentheses, and right underneath open I'm also going to say connect dot close. Okay, make sure you always close your database. Now in between them I'm going to say OLE command, and I'm going to now give that its own name, so CMD. So I'm going to now say that is equals connect dot create command there. Now the next thing is this instance that I've just created, CMD, I'm going to say dot command type right there, and that will be equals command type dot text, equals command type dot text. Okay, enter semicolon. Now we now want that very instant to get our path, so it's going to be command text, that will be equals, using the SQL statement I'm going to say insert into, remember the name of my database right here, that is it right there. Okay, grab that, just paste that in here. So I will advise you guys to save the table and the database with the same name. That's cool. Now what I want to enter in there first of all is going to be as follows. Open up a bracket, student ID. Let's open up the database and copy it exactly. So I'm going to go straight into my documents, open up that very database, and just right click on it, select design view. I want to copy the fields in exact same format. So the first one is going to be ID, and the next one is first name, surname, and so on. Just copy and paste it there, comma, surname, comma, address, comma, that will be postcode, comma, and telephone. Just last check. Right, I think is correct. The slightest mistake, you will end up with an error, so we don't want that. Now that I have all my fields in place, there are 6 in total, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say the following values you will get the following values from as follows. So open up a bracket, I will enter in here single quote and a double quote, then I will also enter a plus sign, another plus sign, another double quote, single quote, right? Okay, right in here now I'm going to enter the name of my text box. If you come in here, grab that. We want to grab the name of this very text box. So you can see student ID. Grab that, back into our codes and paste that in between here. That is dot text there. So we successfully get the first one in place. Now the next one, I'm going to press enter so that you guys are able to see it all properly. Now the next one that I'm going to enter will be as follows. Oh, let's do one thing. Do that and press the next one right here. So what I'm going to do is, not to get things mixed up, I'm going to copy all of these and put a comma here and paste. Okay, I'll press enter. Then here I'm going to change the name of this one to first name. There we have the first name. Okay, I'm going to copy the first name as well. Okay, since I've pressed enter, I'll come right down here and paste that right here. That's going to be surname. Surname is in place. Now the next one, let's grab hold of all of these. Now let's grab hold of this one. It's kind of like tricky, so you have to be careful. Grab hold of this one, come right here and paste that right here, and that is going to be for my address. Okay, address in place. After address we have postcode, so that becomes postcode. There we go. Do we have an uppercase there? Yeah. Okay, postcode is in place. Then after postcode we have telephone. Yeah, paste that right here and change this to telephone, txt telephone. There we go. Now let's clean up the whole process here. So this we have to go here, get rid of those, and here enter semicolon, and that is it. So you have to be careful when you're entering this. Okay, so have a good look at that. That is the name of my fields. Student ID, first name, surname, address, postcode and telephone. Now the next thing is for us to execute the query. So let me say command dot execute. It's not execute reader, it's going to be execute a query. This very one, execute non-query, enter parentheses and close. If you want, you can always add a message here just to reassure your user. So I'm going to say message box, message box dot show, and that's going to be data saved or record saved, whatever, record saved in database or on database or in or on. Any of the above is fine. So let's come in here, comma, and I'm just going to call that access. Let's say access connect. Yeah, that's fine. That's the name of the message box, comma, and I'm also going to say message box dot button. That'll be okay, comma, let's say message box dot icon. Message box button icon, where is that? Should be there somewhere. There we go. I'm going to grab the one with the information and just end that. That is good. So all I then need to now do is just to try out my database. So but before I do that, I'm going to play let's just be on the safe side. I'm going to come in here and just type in try. Let's try catch whatever error that we might run into. So close that here and cache underneath here. Cache any exception ex. Right. Press enter. And in here I'm going to enter a message box there. I can copy all of these message boxes as well. No, first of all, let's copy this. Paste that here. And in there, I'm just going to enter ex.message. So the system will generate a message for me. Then I can copy all of these. Grab all of these. And just paste it right here. And there. Now, I'm going to do one more thing. I will close the database. There we go. Oh my god, look at that. That would have given me an error there. An apostrophe is missing here because I started this one. Okay, that's fine now. Let's see. So I'm going to run it. Let's see how the whole system works first. Click on run. Okay, no error so far. So let's enter some data in here. Okay, so that is going to be, let's say, student ID. We'll just enter whatever in there. And the name is going to be my main man, Tony Montana. That's going to be Montana. And address 17 Little Venice. There. And the postcode, telephone number, and there we go. So I'm going to click on add. Oh my god, that's fine. Look at that. I'm going to click on OK.